Hi. Okay, we're going to teach you now how to put our stainless steel threaded rod into our aft closure for the strand chamber. The object is it goes in these holes, but we can't let the stainless steel touch the aluminum because it will short it out. So what we have to do is make some of these paper tubes to center it on the hole so it doesn't touch, and then we'll glue it in and fill it with epoxy. So the first thing to do is make the paper tube. So what you need to do is cut a piece of paper that is 1 3/8 wide and 3 inches long. Then we take that piece of paper and we have to roll it around our threaded rod. So this is a little tricky. Get it right to the edge. Keep this tight and try to make it so it's straight on there. I don't want that in my video. And then you roll the paper around this tube, and we're not going to put glue on it right now, we're just going to roll it tight, and then just keep on rolling it. What we want to do is get the paper to curl up a little bit, and then we're going to do it again. It's curled now, so it should roll a little easier to get started. So we'll line it up so it's straight. We're going to roll this so that it's not too tight, but that it's tight on this threaded rod. And I've tucked it under, and I'm going to roll it just a little bit farther, so it's about 1.5 wraps around the stainless steel rod. And I get some Elmer's glue and a squeegee. Open the glue. Just spread one. Take the glue and spread it along the edge right next to the where the paper's tucked under. Then take the squeegee and push the glue up into the tucked under part and come up to about right there, and roll the paper up to the edge of where you just don't spread the glue all the way up to the end of the paper, because the paper will start to wrinkle and then it will be a mess. So you just do a little at a time. Spread it another 1/2 inch and roll it up to that point, and then do a little more and spread it to the end. Roll it up some more and keep it tight while you roll it. And it doesn't look perfect, but that's okay. Then take your hand, palm of your hand, and roll it back and forth. And this makes it, rolls it tight, but it also makes it loose on the threaded rod so that you can slide it off like that. So there's my paper tube. And it should, being 3 inches long, rolled up around the thread rod, it should fit perfectly in there to keep it centered. A little tight, because I didn't do a real good job rolling it. But when it dries out, it'll shrink and it will fit better. So roll that a few times around there, take it off and let it dry. And then you end up with, when it's dry, here's one that's dry, you end up with something that fits into this hole and keeps it centered. Now the next step, we'll cut this paper tube into little strips, and I'll show you how to glue in your threaded rod into the closure. Okay, I am going to roll one more paper tube because I saw my hands were in the way. So I'm lining this threaded rod so that it's perpendicular to the paper, right towards the end. Get my hands. Okay, so then I'm putting the paper around the threaded rod. Like this. And I got to roll it once to get it curled. So tuck that under. And then just roll the paper around the threaded rod like that. So now it's pre-curled. Now put the threaded rod on there, and I've smushed up the end, so I got to straighten it out. Apparently I didn't have it curled right. So now I'm going to start it again, and use my fingernails to tuck the paper under itself.
I didn't know.
Okay, so now it's tucked under itself, and I've rolled it about another half turn. I'm going to put some glue on here, right along the tucked under part. Not a whole lot, just a little string. Now I'm going to take my squeegee, push the glue up under the tucked under part, and bring the squeegee up there a little ways. It's about right there is where I put glue. Stop, put more glue. Don't want to do it all. Don't want to glue all the way to the end because the paper will get wet and stretch and wrinkle, so we just do a little at a time. And that's where I ended. Do some more. Squeegee it. And that's where I ended. Do it the last time. All the way to the end. And then I roll it, keeping it tight. Okay, that one's almost perfect. And I just roll it back and forth with the palm of my hand. Clean the glue off of here. Mary, you took my towel. Do this for a little while to get it nice and tight and loose on the threaded rod. And then this one's a little tighter than the other one. So I'm going to have to do this some more. Well, that's a bit too tight. So I'm going to have to unthread this. To get it off. So this one will work, it's just I'm going to have to thread it on and not slip it on. But again, I redid that so that you could see without my fingers in the way. And that should fit into my closure. Set it aside to dry. So the next part, again, we will show you how to glue this in using those paper tubes.